your boy, Loki the God here, and we about to get into these UFC 270, what is it? 273? I think that's what it is. Yeah, 273 predictions, man. We'll talk about what's on the card later. This card is gonna be good, man. I think it's gonna be real good. I think it's gonna be it might be like the Usman Masvidal. I don't know what the last two that was the end of the year last year. Those last two were like crazy, and they had I want to say they had 3 fights. 3 main event fights. I like the 3 main event. Boom, boom, boom. Because it's like you got those first 2. And then I know a lot of people watch prelims. Sometimes I'll watch prelims. I get off at 6 o'clock. So I catch the prelims at 9. Or no, they come on at like 7. I don't know. I'm usually able to get off work and to comfortably get myself where I can watch some of the prelim fights. So those prelim fights be cracking too. But they set the tone. So, alright, so you got the prelims, and then I like the format. Okay, maybe the first 2 fights off the main card aren't crazy, but they can get crazy. It's UFC sport. It's MMA. That can set the tone. I loved Michael Chandler and Justin Gaethje starting off that one card. I can't remember what card it is, but I loved that. That set the tone. Like, that was one of the best cards of the year last year, and that kind of just set the tone. So I like the little 3 fight. You know what I mean? So with this, we're just go into what fights are, and we'll just go from the bottom of the card up, and we'll just slide over. We'll slide over to UFC.com and see what we looking like over there. So let's slide over there. So I think that just got slid because I looked yesterday and they didn't have a 5th fight on the main card, and I thought they were just gonna slide in whatever they had on the prelims over there. So we'll just go to the Mackenzie Dern fight. So we got Mackenzie Dern versus Tecia Torres. I haven't seen Tecia in a while. I don't know if she's been on maybe like a fight night or something. I don't remember her last fight. Can we go in and see what her last fight was? I think we can go in and see what her last. Can we see what her last fights were? Okay, I do remember. That was a while ago. I do remember that fight. She fought. Hill's been losing a lot of fights lately. She's won. She's on a roll right now. Her last fight she lost was against Rodriguez. I think that Rodriguez is fighting. Is she fighting? I don't know who she's fighting. Valentina Shevchenko? I think she is fighting Valentina Shevchenko. I'm not sure. Anyway, looks like she's on a 3-fight win streak against Mackenzie Dern, who is a jiu-jitsu powerhouse. Let's catch what her little fight. She's on a crazy win streak since she's got her health going and everything. Let's see what she's got. She just beat Rodriguez. Okay. She just beat Rodriguez. And that was Tecia Torres' last fight she lost was against Rodriguez. Okay. I feel like the level of competition for Tecia has been better, except for Rodriguez. Because Rodriguez gets down. She gets down with the hands. So, with that being said, they both on a 3-fight win streak. Wait. When was that last loss? 4, 5. Her last loss was against Rivas. If I had to see 5'4", if I remember correctly, she can wrestle a little bit too. She's strong. She's a strong person. They call it a tiny tornado for a reason. She's a strong person. But when Mackenzie gets you on the ground, she usually can get you up out of there. Wait. It says her last fight was a loss. Oh, she lost to Rodriguez? Huh. I read that wrong. Interesting. So they both lost to Rodriguez. That changes things now. I thought I read that wrong. Okay. So it looks like Tisha is on a run right now. That changes momentum. Who do I got in this fight? This is a tough one to call. If Tisha can stay up on her feet, she will outstrike Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie's kind of slow with her hands. That being said, it's one of those, it's a grappler versus striker kind of thing. But I feel like Tisha's strong enough to get herself up. And she's technical enough to not get... She's just a different animal. If Mackenzie wants to get you... I have to watch Mackenzie's last fight with Rodriguez. I think I watched it, but I just don't remember it at all. So that being said, I'm just going to go off of what I kind of know about each other. I'm going to go... Who's going to win, though? Like I said, striker versus grappler. I'm going to go with Mackenzie Dern gets back in the win column. I'm going to go with that. Mackenzie Dern gets back in the win column. I think that's what's going to happen. That's how I'm calling it. I think she's going to get Tisha on the ground. She might can get Tisha tired. Get her on the ground. Or she might get her early. One way or another, she's going to get her down. And she's going to get a submission. I'm going to call it that. I don't know which round, so I ain't going to call which round. Alright, who we got next? Alright, see, this is what I'm talking about. So it goes from, you got two fights, one of them can end fast, and then boom, the next fight, or whatever. Then you got this fight coming straight off the rip. So you got Gilbert Burns versus Kamza. I never knew he had a nickname. Is it Boris? How you say it? It's kind of cool. So you got the number 11 guy versus the number 2. This is kind of crazy because if he beats Gilbert Burns, like, he's the number 2 guy. Does he fight Kobe Covington, or does he go straight to Usman? That can play out however it play out. But if you beat the number 2 guy, you got to go at least. You got to be at least 3, if not take his 2. You have to. There's no way. Kamzat is the bigger guy. He's 6'2" to 5'10". He doesn't. I thought he had more of a reach advantage, but he doesn't. It's only 4 inches. I mean, 4 inches is a lot. But, you know, it's not. I really thought he had little T-Rex arms. I didn't even think his was like 70-something inches. But, okay. So he's got 71-inch reach. I know this is going to come down to grappling. They're going to grapple at some point. And the reason I think they're gonna grapple at some point is because, you know, we haven't really got enough out of the fights for Kamza to just say he does this or does that. We've seen he's got power. That's what we've seen. We've seen he can mangle somebody, but somebody that Gilbert's, like, how good he is on the ground, jiu-jitsu and stuff. Is he going to be able to... He's the bigger guy. I think he can get him down on the ground, and I think he can hold him there. I don't think he'll beat him up on the ground. Alright, keep this in mind. This could be one of those fights where, okay, neither one of them wants to go. Gilbert really doesn't. Does he take people down a lot? I don't think he tries to take people down a lot. I don't think he tries. Like, he's going to throw hands. From what I remember, he's going to throw hands. He's good on the ground, but I don't think he goes in for takedowns. That being said, the way I think Khamzat is thinking is that he really thinks he is just going to smash through everybody. And with that being said, if they clash, I can see Khamzat throwing, or throwing, Gilbert swinging and missing, and him going for a takedown, getting the takedown, and it being Gilbert on his back a lot. I can see that. Maybe for like a round. And then them grappling on the ground, seeing some pretty good grappling from both of them. And then I can see Gilbert trying to not let that happen again. Just swinging it out. And then that's where we're going to see if Khamzat can handle himself on the feet. I think Gilbert's going to try to keep it on the feet, honestly. I honestly think that. Just because I think Khamzat is a strong dude. But this is MMA. And I just completely jumped over a thought. But my thought was, okay, if Gilbert does get him on the ground, he's on his back. The reason I don't think he'll get Khamzat out of there is because it's MMA. He's going to be doing other stuff to try to hurt you rather than just try to submit you. So you can't just go for submissions or you'll get caught. You can get caught on the ground easily. So with that being said, I think what I said was going to happen. I think he's going to go for something in the first round. Go for a takedown. Khamzat's going to go for a takedown after Gilbert misses. Whether he gets it or not, that's going to be... Whenever they get to where they're standing up, that's where we're going to see a lot from Khamzat. That's what I want to see anyway. I want to see what Khamzat can do just standing up if he has to just stand up. If he can't get him on the ground. I think he can get him on the ground. But we'll have to see what happens when he gets him on the ground. They both look pretty lean. Pretty good in shape. I think Khamzat is the stronger person. Chimaev. I think he's the stronger person. Who do I have for a pick for this fight? It's 3 rounds, isn't it? For a pick, I think I'm going to go with Chimaev by knockout. I'm going to go with Chimaev by knockout. Somebody's going to get finished in this fight. For sure. I feel like somebody is going to get finished in this fight. I'm going to ride with the wave. I'm going to ride with the wave on this one. I'm going to go with Chimaev by knockout. Alright. Let's get to... So next we got, for the bantamweight title, we got Aljamain Sterling versus Can I say this right this time? Petr Yan. Petr, you know who it is. No Mercy versus the Hump Master. Y'all know the debacle. Let's just go ahead and get that out the way. Let's go ahead and get my stance of it out the way. Aljo, I feel like Aljo played his way. He didn't want to do it, but he did it. And the reason I say that is because he did get hit, but how long he was just there, just like, I don't know. I feel like you do get hurt, but I feel like a lot of people, they get hurt, they get up. You know what I mean? Not just get up, but they can walk around. He's still acting dazed in the interview after the whole fighting things. Like, there's people that have been completely knocked out and been able to give an interview. Like, he wasn't that. I just, personally for me, I don't think he was that knocked out. So anyway, with that being said, I don't think that changes his mindset or how he fights. He could have just been confused in that moment, you know what I mean? Because to actually get knocked out, your brain's just kind of scrambled. So, you know, maybe that messed up like how he really acts and stuff. You never know. Anyway, with that being said, let's look at their stats. Aljo's only lost 3. 20-3. Let's see. Yeah, they're pretty even around the board. And I feel like Petr Yan is a fighter. Yan is a fighter. It doesn't really matter to his arms. He plays perfectly in his body type and everything. Even though his arms are short, his game plan is to get inside. And he's very, he has a lot of different strikes he can use. And the different strikes he will use. The thing with Yan is he going to come out and labor like he usually does and just kind of figure out what the opponent's going to do and then get in his game plan? Or is he going to go just straight, go ahead and get Aljo out of here? That's the thing. He might want to see if Aljo's going to play that start out fire game. Because last fight he came out firing. I don't think Aljo will. I think Aljo will linger a little bit. He'll labor a little bit because, I bet he's watched that plenty of times and was like, I was just going and going and going. And yeah, you want to play the space game, but you also don't want to with Petr Yan. I'm just gonna call him Yan. You don't want to get into a fist fight with him, like close in back. But you want to be able to get in and get out with Yan, I feel like. You just are not going to be able to keep that pace up for 5 rounds. So you kind of just pick your shots, pick your, still go for shots, still go for takedowns. I think he wants to get the fight on the ground for sure. At least get him on the ground early. Get Yan a little tired early if you can. Try to keep him on the ground for a little bit. Hey, if you can get a rear naked choke, I think he'll go for that. If he can get on him and get him out of here, I think he'll go for that and go ahead and get him out early. I mean, a short night with Yan is better than a long night any day of the week. With that being said, how do I think the fight's going to go? I think both of them will start out slow. I think both of them will start out slow. I think it'll pick up in the second round. And then I think this is going to come to decision, y'all. I don't think anybody's going to get... I don't think anybody's going to get stopped. If it goes to decision, this is how I plan the fight going. If it goes to decision, Aljamain's going to be trying to do more grappling. Wallace, Yan, tries to get him off of him or, denies takedowns all fight. But if it goes to decision, Yan winning. I don't think Aljo can keep him down long enough. I think Jan is strong enough and technical enough to get back up. And that's even if he gets him down. Like, I think he can deny takedowns long enough to probably make Aljo, like, not really get tired of just shooting, but not really want to do it anymore. Like, I don't know. I think Jan has the potential to frustrate Aljo. Because if he's denying takedowns and he's not doing anything with his strikes, which is a little bit of kind of what happened in the first fight, and then he was getting tired. I think he was getting frustrated and tired. My prediction, though, is it's going to be a decision for Jan. I don't think anybody's going to get stopped. But I think Jan will outstrike Aljo, and I think he will deny takedowns. And if he does get took down, I don't think he'll stay there. He might have to play the Usman game and get him on the cage. That's what I would think. Jan is strong enough to get off the cage, but I think that's where he will excel. Aljo is having him pinned on the cage, maybe throwing elbows, maybe pinning him, backing up, elbow, just keeping him on the cage. And if you have to strike, if you have to meet somewhere, meet on the cage. Like, don't let him get in the middle. Keep his back towards, closer to the cage. That's how Aljo, and then shoot for when you get a chance to shoot. Elbows, pin off elbows. That would be the way Aljo could win. But I feel like Jan can, get out of there. And I feel like Jan will win by decision. Alright. So the last fight in the main event for the featherweight title, we got Alexander Volkanovski versus Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie. This is a weird fight. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't see this fight coming. My thing about this fight is, how do you get outstruck by Ortega and think you're gonna outstrike Volkanovski? You know what I mean? Korean Zombie has to make this fight nasty, dirty. Volk can. I think Volk can. We've seen plenty of times. He's just he likes that. He comes from that. He played rugby. Like that nasty fight. I think it can get. It's gonna get nasty in there. I think it's gonna be a nasty fight. I think because the way Volk was saying. The way Volk was talking on UFC, what is it called? The little show they have come out day to day on the last week. Volk saying he's trying to get Korean Zombie out of there by the third round. If that's the case, Korean Zombie excels at that kind of fight. But I think Volk is tough enough where they'll just clash. Volk is faster though, so like I said in the beginning, how do you get outstruck by Ortega and then think you're gonna outstrike Volk, whether it be nasty inside or not? Korean Zombie does have the power to get him out of there. They got about the same reach. I can see Volk chopping him down. Creating windows. I just can't see how you. I just can't. I don't see it going to the ground. They're going to be striking for sure. Honestly, I just can't see Volk. has a chin too. If I have to pick one, what was Korean Zombie's last fight? Was it Ortega? Oh no, it was okay. He beat Ainge. Um, by decision too. Damn, that was so long ago. And they're both decision. Yeah, I just don't see how you can outstrike Volk. Volk's gonna get in and get out. But like I said, Korean Zombie has to make it nasty. He has to get him on the cage. The way I see the fight going, I kind of see Volk getting in and out as he at will, like picking his shots, getting, maybe getting Korean Zombie kind of agitated and clipping him. I think he can get him out of here, and it might be the third round. I honestly think it could be the third round. I think Volk is due for a stop. He almost got one against Ortega. When was the last time Volk had a stop? I think he really wants one too, because he doesn't really have that on his name against the big fighters. You know what I mean? Like, let's go see. Decision. Like, the last person he's knocked out was Chad Mendez. The last person he's knocked out was Chad Mendez 4 years ago. And then before that, decision. You know what I mean? He hasn't really got anybody out there, so that's why I think he's going to be looking to get somebody out of there. And he has the potential to get him out of there. But at the same time, if he doesn't really play that fight to just get somebody out of there, and if he could put himself in a bad situation, make the wrong mistake, going for something, trying to get him out of there and get clipped. What I think is going to happen, I think he might at first come out firing hot, and then see that Korean isn't going anywhere, Korean Zombie isn't going anywhere. Around the end of the first, he starts realizing that, and then come out in the second and just play his in and out, boom, boom, leg kicks, trying to set stuff up. And then I honestly think this is going to be another decision. I did say he might get him out of here in the third, but thinking on it, that's not really Volk's. The only way I can see him getting him out of here is if Korean Zombie gets tired somehow. If he gets Zombie tired. If he gets him tired, then he go clip him. He'll get him out of there. But I just don't see Korean Zombie can go the distance. He's going to distance plenty of times. He's got a chin. They both got chins. But that being said, I think it'll go decision, and I think Volk will win by decision. That's my thing. So, okay, so let's go back. So who do I got? We'll just clear this up so nobody's like, ah. You know what I mean? So, I got Mackenzie. Did I say Mackenzie? Yeah, I got Mackenzie Dern by submission. I don't know what round. I just got her by submission. I got Chimaev. Knockout. I got Chimaev knockout. I don't know which round. I got Piotr Yan winning by decision. And then I got Volkanovski by decision. And that's how my night's going to go. Hopefully, I don't have that many decisions. And if I do, I hope those decisions are great fights. It'll be a great card. I don't know who these two goofies are. But actually, go in the comments and tell me who you think and who you got coming out of what fights. We still got 2 or 3 days before this coming up, so tell me who you got, your predictions as well. Other than that, I'm gonna get out of here. Loki the God. Peace.